I would like the chefs to make us a tartare of lamb and serve it with a confit egg yolk. Pretty much everything out there can be tartared as long as it's a very good quality of meat or fish. Our chefs have 15 minutes. The first thing I'm going to do is make my mayonnaise, which is the base of the sauce of the tartare. I'm adding a bit of Dijon mustard into mine. Now I'm going to move on to the butchery of the lamb. So I've removed the loin from the lamb rack.
If you've got a chef that has never seen a rack of lamb before, then that chef is going to have a massive problem with this challenge.
As you can see, there's still a lot of sinew that runs through it. So we want to remove as much of that as possible, trim it down. You see I'm not hacking the meat here because you want to keep some of the texture. I don't want to mince it. If I was going to mince it, I might as well put it in a blender. So what I want to do now is to prepare the rest of the garnish. So I've got some gherkins. Everything about a tartare comes down to the techniques of the knife and how fine they get everything. Not one thing should stick out, everything should come together. So I'm going to use some of the shallot, a bit of caper as well, and I'm also going to add flat parsley. I'm asking them to confit the egg yolk, just separating as much of the egg white out of the yolk before I confit it. The egg yolk is very fragile. They've got to keep an eye on the temperature. It cooks very quickly. So I'm going back and forth, checking on it. For me, I know it's about a minute away. Right, so I'm ready to assemble and serve the tartare. We don't need a lot of this. Brandy, Tabasco, and a couple of drops of Worcestershire, and a touch of ketchup. Very gently mix that together. That's my tartare mix, and I'm ready to plate the dish. So that's just a really simple little herb salad that I'm going to serve on the side. And there you have it, lamb tartare with a confit egg yolk.
The lamb is just incredibly tender. The fine cut garnishes that go through it are crucial to this dish succeeding. It's an intriguing dish, and it's gonna challenge our chefs.
This is a huge test on their palate as well. A tartare is a simple thing, anyone can put it together, but it's in the eating that really shows the quality of the chef.
First to face Monica's test is 24-year-old Theodore, a chef de partie and college student from Stirling.
Been a chef for 7 years now. I'm going back to college to get my qualifications to go offshore to work on the oil rigs. I look forward to going offshore and saving up to have my own restaurant one day. My grandmother, she's a Kenyan Indian. She had a very different cuisine, a lot of spices and herbs, so I was always on her shoulders, and she used to get me to make chapatis. Definitely a good learning experience, and that's where I got my love for food. I'm just going to give it my all, and I'm just going to be concentrating on the food so much that my nerves won't be there, hopefully.
Theo, I would like you to make us a lamb tartare with a confit egg yolk.
OK.
Garnish it any way you want and season it with the ingredients on the table. 15 minutes,
Yep.
Off you go.
OK.
Theodore, this piece of meat is very expensive because in a tartare, we want the prime cut for that. Now, what you've done is just destroy it when all you had to do was just follow the natural line of the bone, remove the meat out, and then clean that lovely fillet, OK? What I'm getting is a mouthful of capers, lots of gherkin as well. The mayonnaise, you only try to emulsify yolks and vegetable oil. You didn't use any mustard in there, which is needed to hold the mayonnaise together.
The elements of the tartare are there, but the method is completely wrong. I can only taste these capers and gherkins, vinegar and some shallots. I can't taste the lamb at all. And the confit egg on the top, unfortunately, is overcooked.
I definitely felt I could have done better. I should have thought about what I was doing and how I was doing it, how I was going to play that up. So I definitely want to show them in the next round that I can cook.
Next up is senior sous chef Andy, who works for a 3 Rosette restaurant in Leamington Spa. He's been in the industry for 25 years.
I've done large covered restaurant, I've done contract catering, and this is my first real stint at fine dining. I started doing competitions a few years back and managed to get into Chef of the Year back in 1990. A young man called Gordon Ramsay won the final. I got through the semi-finals. It's push yourself, it's a project outside your comfort zone, you meet new people, and it's just a fantastic thing to do.
Andy, today I would like you to make us a lamb tartare and serve it with a confit egg yolk.
Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely.
Happy with that?
I think so, yeah.
15 minutes, Andy.
Yep, OK.
Lamb tartare and a confit yolk. So, tell me about your tartare. How are you going to put this together?
I'm obviously very nervous stood here, so I'm just going to go on what I know to meat and then do some spices and seasonings. I haven't done confit egg yolk before, not without a water bath, so I'm just going to maybe just put the yolk into low oil and hopefully get it out on top, hopefully.
OK. Sounds like a good plan. I like your attempt at the tartare today. You managed to get that fillet off and trim the sinew. I really like your attitude, Andy.
Andy, great approach to the challenge. You're very competent, you're looking, you're seasoning, you're tasting, you're doing everything that we're looking for. I hope it tastes as good as it looks.
I can taste the lamb, but there's just a lot of gherkin in there. But I think you've done a great attempt, and that yolk is spot on.
I like the tartare. The criticism I have is I think you've just mushed the lamb up a little bit too much. You need it to be just a little bit more broken. But that's just a fine, fine detail.
To have the judges watch you cook, it's great. The next round coming up, and now I've seen the kitchen and I've had a little look around, I'm ready to go, ready to cook.
Last to face Monica's test is Andrew, sous chef at a small village restaurant just outside Leicester.
Leaving school at 16, I had to decide what I wanted to do, so I flipped a coin. Landed on heads, became a chef instead of a physiotherapist, which is a little bit weird to think of. Being a chef, it's very hard. Hours are long, but at the end of the day, it's you on a plate. Why did I apply for MasterChef? My mum I went home on Mother's Day and she gave me a form to fill in online. She's like, go on, do it. So I did, and here I am now.
Andrew, I would like you to make for us a lamb tartare and serve it with a confit egg yolk.
Okay.
15 minutes, off you go.
Okay.
So, Andrew, where have you been training?
I started work in Surrey, and then I moved back to Bedfordshire and then Leicestershire way.
The butchery, you took your time and didn't damage the lamb too much. I don't think it's a bad attempt at tartare. I think you needed to just taste it a bit more. There was a touch too much mustard.
Yeah.
And the gherkins, for me, could have been chopped just a little bit smaller so you're not crunching through big bits of the gherkin.
I think that's not half bad at all. I really like it. I like the fact I can taste the lamb, which is great, and I can taste a beautiful little bit of parsley. You're a competent chef, without a doubt. I think that shows in your skill. The criticism is the egg because it's just overcooked underneath.
Yeah.
But from a tartare point of view, I really like it. I think it's a very, very good effort.
Thank you. Nerve-wracking. I'm happy it's over and I can relax. I know what I'm doing next, so it's a little bit more straightforward.
Welcome back, chefs. This is it, your chance to show off what you're all about.
You're going to have 1 hour, 30 minutes to cook the dish. Give it your best shot. Off you go.
Yeah, I like to put my own spin on things, cook with loads of colours and combination of flavours, present the food really, really nicely, something different that people haven't seen. You come into work and do a 15-hour day, that's irrelevant to me. If at the end of the day, you're serving wonderful plates of food, customers are happy, so just puts a smile on your face when you present things like that out, really. I'm really excited to be here. Great to get a 2-Michelin star chef, give you fantastic feedback. That's what I'm aiming for, my signature dish, to get a faultless dish and then hopefully be considered for the next round.
What's the dish?
OK, we've got a sous vide lamb cannon with a potato terrine, some charred white asparagus, spelt, which is going to be crispy on there for another texture, a feta curd, then I've got some braised shallots and lamb sauce to go with it as well.
Where is the inspiration for this signature dish come from?
It's a dish I've been very fond of. I've had it on a couple of menus, so I'm confident with the dish. It shows a lot of different cooking techniques and it shows what I'm all about, really. So.
This is all about getting the execution right of the terrine. It's got to be beautifully laid, lots of butter, well seasoned in between the layers. Cooking of the lamb, the sauce cannot be too overpowering.
I hope that confidence really does shine through today because he has to deliver the perfect dish.
First up is Matt. He's prepared a sous vide cannon of lamb, served with braised shallots, potato terrine, feta curd, crispy spelt, shallot puree, green and white asparagus, finished with a lamb reduction.
Matt, that's a much better looking plate of food compared to your first round.
I think the cooking of the lamb's done very, very well. I'm not quite liking the white asparagus, a little bit too much on the crunchy side. And I must say, I find the potato terrine slightly unpleasant.
The sauce is quite intense, so I do love the flavour of it, but it's just too strong, you know, for the delicate lamb. But you have shown some very competent skills on this plate.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I agreed with some of it. Maybe not so others, but they're 2 Michelin star chefs for a reason, so you've got to appreciate their feedback.
Traveling around the world and working with different nationalities, different cultures, Caribbean, American, Mexican, you're adapting yourself for every kind of cooking, which probably helped me a lot on my career. I come to England in 2005, then since 2009 I'm in Oxfordshire on a beautiful hotel where I'm hold the position of the executive chef. The reason I went to this competition is to challenge myself and to see my abilities as a chef.
I'm really excited to cook my food, you know. What I want to prove to the judges that I'm a professional chef and all the elements to be cooked to perfection, I will try.
Claudia, what are you making for us?
Spring lamb with celeriac and vanilla puree, sweetbreads ravioli, asparagus and gyros.
You're confident, all your experience, you know it's going to work.
Yes.
I like the sounds of Claudio's dish, bar the vanilla, which has alarm bells for me.
Sweetbread ravioli is a very, very difficult thing to get right. He's using a red wine to make a lamb sauce. You don't want to overpower the lamb sauce with an over-reduction of red wine.
It's all down to his palate and how well he can balance this dish.
Next is Claudia with his sous vide spring lamb. Served with a sweetbread ravioli, celeriac and vanilla puree, girole mushrooms and asparagus. It's finished with a lamb and red wine jus.
The way you've sliced the lamb, the ravioli you've glazed in the sauce, the arrangement of the dish, it's neat, it's tidy.
I love the sauce. It's so intense, but I think it's too strong for the lamb. I find the ravioli really unpleasant to eat. It's sort of almost raw and slimy. The sweetbread still under.
10 times out of 10, if you ever serve a sweetbread like that to even someone who loves sweetbread, guarantee it will come straight back into the kitchen. And we know it's undercooked because the pasta is undercooked at the side here. The lamb's beautifully cooked, the asparagus is very nice, but I don't like the dish as a whole.
After I plated up, I realized that the ravioli was not probably cooked enough. I'm very annoyed. It's too late now. So.
Life is definitely not easy as a chef, but you know, if you want a social life, then this is not the place to be. But I love it, it's great. The pressure and the intensity of working in the kitchen has lots of rewards. I'm a very ambitious chef. I'm not going to be so arrogant to say that I'm going to make it all the way to the final, but I definitely think I'll get through to the semis. Service, please. I personally feel that there's a lot resting on this next dish. I think I'm pushing myself. You can't sit back and play safe and hope. I just need to focus on what I'm doing and get everything on the plate the way I want it.
What's your signature dish today?
Today I'm making a lamb rump with a tortellini of lamb's offal, accompanied by some courgettes, served with goat's curd and caramelised walnuts.
Have you done this dish before as a whole? Have you actually cooked it in full?
Unfortunately, just once. I'd like to be a bit more confident, but I know I'm going to do it, so it's fine.
So you know it's a good dish?
I think it's a good dish.
And once is enough?
I'll make it enough.
I love the sounds of this dish. Brenton is making a tortellini to go with his lamb rump. And he's filling it with sweetbreads and some liver, binding it with the chicken mousse. There are places where he could go wrong. The pasta could be too thick, or the filling could not be cooked enough, and especially if the sweetbreads go in raw. I hope he's going to chop them up into small pieces and maybe sear them off before it's bounded in the mousse.
It's going to be served with a goat's curd and walnut. I'm not sure it's a dressing on the plate or more of a puree. I'm not 100% sure how it's going to be presented, but it's very intriguing that he's serving it without a sauce.
Brenton is serving roast rump of lamb with lamb's offal tortellini, patty pan courgettes, courgette flowers, and courgette puree, with quenelles of caramelized walnuts and goat's curd.
The presentation of the dish is fantastic. It's clean, it's tidy, it's fresh, it's on the button. I didn't really think that caramelised walnuts would work with lamb at all, but inside that curd, it works a treat. It's an absolute complement to the dish. The courgette puree is beautiful and smooth. The lamb is beautifully cooked and pink. Fantastic.
I could eat this whole plate on my own. You know, the puree is so smooth. The courgette with the flowers, the tortellini is so well made. And I'm really curious what more you've got up that sleeve of yours.
Yeah, I'm over the moon. That's great. I feel really happy with my result. Great feedback. Yeah, I'm so happy.
Well done.
Thanks, guys.
Harrison from Yorkshire.
We've just taken on the lease, so it's a lot going on at the moment. Our style of food is pushing for the finer things, really expressing ourselves in the dishes. I'm self-taught, but I've worked under some very good chefs where I've picked up a few tricks along the way. I'm happy with cooking my own food. I chose this dish because it's very Yorkshire, very close to home. It's got old flavours, but it's wholesome as well. Hopefully I can prove that nerves won't get the better of me.
What are you cooking for us today?
OK, I'm doing lamb rump with sheep's milk arancini, some crushed peas and a pea puree, garnished with asparagus.
So you've got an arancini on the dish. Where do the potatoes come in?
The potatoes are all I'm from Yorkshire. It just helps carb up, basically.
I love lamb rump, and I love it when it's been roasted as well. Arancini, love a good arancini. For me, it's going to be crispy on the outside. The rice is going to be cooked properly and still very moist and whole together.
Lamb rump, I love it as well. Peas, bacon, they are beautiful ingredients. I'm not so sure about the purple potato, why that should be on that plate.
Just wonder if there's just one carb too much.
Harrison's rump of lamb is served with sheep's milk arancini, crushed peas and pancetta, pea puree, purple heritage potatoes, and red wine sauce. It's garnished with asparagus tips, pea shoots, and foraged herbs and flowers.
Harrison, presentation-wise, for me, it looks a bit messy. On tasting your lamb dish, I like the way the lamb's being cooked. I love the peas with the ham, but that's where it goes for me.
Harrison, the dish is a classic example of a chef that just doesn't know when to say stop or when enough is enough. It's just too big.
I agree with what the judges said. The minute I walked out of the door from cooking, I said I've put too much on the plate.
Andrew from London.
Currently, I am at Wembley Stadium. I help to run the Bobby Moore Club, which is the biggest a la carte restaurant in Europe. My real passion is fine dining, but I like classical flavours, but maybe present them in more of a modern way with little twists on them. Because I think that food should be a memory. It shouldn't just be, you shouldn't just be eating. You should remember what it is. Service, please. I'm feeling a bit less confident after the skills test, but I am confident in the dish. I just want to get in there and show that I can cook and I do know what I'm doing.
Andrew, what's your signature dish?
I'm doing a trio of lamb. I'm doing a white pudding Wellington, cooking the cutlet on its own, and then I made some little faggots.
Andrew's dish is lamb 3 ways. Always, whenever there's 3 ways of anything, it's 3 ways to get it right or to get it wrong.
What I'm excited about here is his take on a Wellington, a lamb Wellington. The crispiness of that pastry is still lovely and pink in the middle.
The lamb faggot sounds good, the lamb cutlet's fabulous. 3 good pieces of beautifully cooked lamb with a fabulous sauce. That's what I'm looking for.
Last is Andrew. He's prepared lamb 3 ways. Lamb and white pudding Wellington, lamb cutlets, and lamb faggots. Served with pea and wild garlic puree, scorched baby leeks, and a rosemary and red currant jus.
Andrew, this plate of food looks lovely.
I think from the chef I saw this morning to the chef that I'm seeing standing in front of me right now, I think I'm actually looking at a completely different cook. That's a first-class dish, that, Andrew. Absolutely first class. I don't think I can fault that.
Thank you, chef.
I'll say something now, I didn't see that coming.
Neither did I.
The cooking of the lamb is exquisite. The Wellington is fabulous. The faggot and that sauce and the charring of the leek and the freshness of the peas underneath, absolutely brilliant. Well done.
Favourite thing for me is the faggot and how that rich sauce coats it. The lamb Wellington with the crispy pastry, I thought it was so clever. I'm really, really pleased for you. Really pleased for you, Andrew. Well done.
Thank you. You dream of moments like that could not have been any better. I'm literally just over the moon. I'm just honestly speechless.